Hey, everybody. What do you know? I actually made it for a music stream. I know. It's insane. It is absolutely insane that I would think I could make it for a music stream, but I did. It's because, I don't know, this week has been a lot about kind of reorganizing things, getting myself to the point where I'm busy again, I'm getting work done again, and so yeah, to that end, I've actually done quite a bit. You'll notice things look a little bit differently. I moved down the desk a little bit. My microphone's gone back to the right-hand side, which is where it is during most streams, and that's because I rearranged my desk and got my laptop to a point where it is in clamshell mode underneath my main monitor. And so I'm using my two external monitors as my only monitors. I've got mouse and keyboard now instead of using the onboard mouse and trackpad. And so I'm actually able to set up, let me just show you here, my keyboard and music keyboard and everything in a much more user-friendly format, and it works really nice. This is the way, anytime you see a composer work, this is the way the desk is usually set up. But mine's been really weird, where I've had kind of the keyboard over here slanted, and I had the laptop over here, and the desk was always just way too crowded to work. And so if I can, I don't know if I can even show you. So yeah, you can see the laptop kind of poking out. Actually, no, what is it? Oh, that's the laptop's right down here. You can see the corner of it right here. So yeah, the laptop is under this shelf here, and it's actually on two legs, which allows for airflow underneath, and that just makes this a much nicer setup. And yeah, anytime that I need a little bit extra power from my laptop, I can put it in clamshell mode like that. Hold on, let me get this camera secure. I can put it in clamshell mode like that, and that cuts off the internal display and only puts my two external displays, either one or two, and it conserves my GPU doing that. So yeah, a little bit of a different setup, and I really like the new setup. It caused me to have to unplug everything, redo everything, but you know what? That's fine, and I like it. I like this setup. I like the way that it works. So, yeah. Before we get going, I do need to update really quickly something I didn't get a chance to do before the stream and wanted to do. Should have got myself some new water, too. Was to update my sub goals, because we hit a sub goal yesterday. So, tomorrow I should be eating some new jelly beans, so we'll be getting a hot jelly bean put in there. But let me go ahead and update our current goal so I can give you guys a new hot bean to go to work toward. Man, that bean yesterday, I've never had a bean like that. That was just that was killer. That was absolutely killer. Let me see. So settings, number 4. And we'll set the new goal to... Oh, my keyboard's not on. It might help if my keyboard was on. Set the new goal to 18. How about that? Sounds like a good, worthy goal. And... no, stop trying to... streaming in a winter wonderland. Yes, they're trying to get me to sell more merch. I don't know. If I had a bigger channel, I would consider merch. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just not... I don't want to feel like I'm putting too much on you guys, if you know what I mean. It's like, hey, here, buy my merch. No, I don't want it. I only want to put merch up there if it's merch you guys want. If you guys honestly want something, if you want me to throw something up on a merch store, sure, I'll do it. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to try and get to squeeze more money out of my beautiful, wonderful viewers by sending them merch that I really don't care about, except they're going to give me money, and that's real brilliant. And no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's see. Settings, number 4, goal 18, and save. Okay, so that is done. So we now have a new goal there. So we'll see what happens there and give you guys a chance to feed me some more jelly beans. But in the meantime, let us actually move over here to the music side of things. So let's see, is everything set up okay? I need to get the keyboard up. So let's go, let's see, that it would be view. Let's see, where does it show? No, it's window. It's not view. Open. Show keyboard. There it is. Okay. And there we go. Let me make sure that that keyboard is exactly where we want it to be. Get you moved over. There we go. Get you right in the center. There we are. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Okay. Okay, that is up. And we need to throw a piano on here. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I still have yet to decide what exactly we are going to write today, what we're going to make. But we'll figure it out as we go, which is what we normally do. It's just, normally when it comes to these music streams, I want to come in with a plan. It's like, okay, I want to know what exactly I'm doing. Let's see. I need to get, how do I get, I guess I can do it this way. Yeah, there we go. Got to put, no, stop. I'm trying to turn off notifications. There it is. Do not disturb. There we go. Better make sure I... Because this is an answer she needs right away. Stop. No. It may not be very bright. I'll just answer that. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was in the process of trying to get a piano up. Oh, the beautiful things that happen. Not so beautiful things that happen when you get interrupted. Okay, so we want to go Hollywood. Let's go East-West pianos. So I don't know where we're going to go with this. Where's East-West pianos? There it is. Piano's gold. The Steinway. I like the Steinway. I like the Steinway that they include in this. Go with the master patch here. And feel around with my feet and grab that foot pedal. There it is. There we go. All right. All right, folksies, we are ready to get some music going here. Just got to wait for the piano to load up, which is vastly important. Might help if I actually turn my headphones on. There we go. Make sure we've got... Okay. Some beautiful 7 chords there. Wait. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to do. We are just going to noodle around for a little bit. If you guys have any suggestions of what we could write today, I'll definitely take it because I'm going into this completely blind. No idea what exactly I plan on doing, other than it needs to be beautiful. And I usually like writing in a minor key, but I don't know. There was something about... very nice and soothing. Some beautiful dissonances here. I like the fact that the right hand is staying the same. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing here. Ooh. I want those to clear out. There we go. I don't know what kind of application this could have. Let's try that again. Let's turn this into something. I mean, I was just goofing around at first, but let's actually turn this into something. Let's see what happens. Okay. And I think I'm going to turn the... Nah, we'll behave and we'll actually get a click track going here. Okay, let me see what kind of tempo we want to do. I want to mess around with this. I want to see what we can do with this little ditty here that we've got going. So let me grab my... Let's see. Grab my metronome here, see what kind of beat we're in. Okay, it's in about 120, so when I go to the A, that A7 sus2, yeah. Then go into an A minor. It's just so much beautiful dissonance in that. I'm loving it. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Let's have a little fun. See if we can create something with this. Okay, wait. That's a little too slow. Am I sure I was getting that right? It was okay, so it's a 60. I was wrong about that. Okay, so let's change that to 60. And we'll try again. Mess up a little bit there, it's okay. Okay, let's see. Let's listen to that. See what we think here. It's too... This is the kind of piece where you really can't put a click on it. Let's just try freestyling it. Let's see what happens when we do that. Because I feel like it's one of those songs that just really needs to flow. have its own little flow. Yeah, that did not. Let's try that again. I keep messing that one up. Okay, I got to get that right. Okay, let's try that again. We'll fix it. Almost messed that up. That was better. Okay. Gotta get used to where my keyboard is. It's a change up from my usual setup. So, all right, let's listen to that. See what we think. I don't know, guys. Let me... I think we should go ahead and throw that click track back on, but let's bring that tempo down to 50. Let's see what happens with that. 50 might be just a little slow. Maybe 55? Now that does sound a little better. It never fails. When I start recording, I start messing up. Okay, I did like that. I felt that was a pretty good take. Let us take a listen to that. Also, really quickly. Let's see. Let's bring up the piano roll here and take a look here. Got to make sure. Also, this is my first time ever working on music with a mouse, not a trackpad. I'm usually always editing with a trackpad, which, not gonna lie, I prefer the trackpad. I know, all you guys who do not run on a Mac are looking at me saying, why would you choose a trackpad over the mouse? Trust me, on Macs, trackpads are brilliant. They work. Windows, not so much. I always bring out the mouse when I boot into Windows. Okay, let us... And I also miss the multi-touch gestures that I get with the trackpad. It's a different way of doing things. It is much easier and less cluttered to have that laptop out of the way on this desk. Okay, we're going to make sure that everything... Whoa! What happened there? Let's just go one note at a time here. Everything needs to hit on that first beat. No. And finally, there we go. Nice little 7 chord there. Let's make sure these are all... Okay, this is going to be really nice in the background. I'm thinking of adding some flutes and some strings to this. And then maybe bring it out a little bit bolder with some brass later on. I think we can turn this into something pretty cool. So let us... First of all, I want to see... I always like having my secondary ruler up so that I can see how much time is passing. So I do enjoy seeing how long of a track we've got. So we're at the half-hour part now. Half-hour mark, or half-minute mark. Ugh. If we were at a half-hour mark, we'd be doing gloriously. Okay, so let us keep moving here. And the next part, I'm going to go down to, because we were starting with C, and then going to A, keeping the right hand where it's at. Now we're going to actually shift down to do the same thing. On an F chord. And then to a D. Is that where I want to take this? Let's play around with this a little bit more. Oh, I like that separation right there. Resolve this. Actually, because where did I? Okay, so I ended on. I do kind of like that. Well, let's just record. So we're going. Okay, let's just record those few measures right there, because I know that's where I want to go with this. Okay. I was not quite on there where I needed to be. Tempo's just a little off there. Okay. Give that a little bit of a check here. Is there any way I can increase that scroll speed? Look into that real quickly. Give me just a minute here. Because if I can get my scrolling speed, but what about yeah, the scroll speed there is set, but what about left-right scroll speed? I guess it's not going to let me. Oh, well. It was worth checking out. All right, so let's see. That was a mistake there. So we need to see... Yeah, because... Just drag you guys out just a little bit so we can get these tempos to match up. That's a little bit better. Just a little bit more fine-tuning. Maybe bring these just a smidge. And with this, just a little bit. That's better. This is definitely not what I was anticipating writing today. This is like the opposite of what I was planning on writing today. Okay, so we are at... So we're going to go with... So we ended with... Okay. Let's do that, and we will add the retard a little bit later. I don't even know if it needs that retard. Nice little... Okay. The timing of that can be adjusted just a little bit. There we go. There we go. That is much better, much more like it. My mic can maybe go up just a little bit more. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. Alrighty now. Yeah, let's listen to it at the beginning. From the beginning. Nice. I do like that. A little bit bright over there. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let's... First of all, we need to make this piano. Not L. P-I-A-N-O. There we go. And then let's create a new one. And this is going to be flute. I really like the idea of a nice flute here. So let's see what we can add to this. We've got about a minute of music here that we've got sketched out on piano. Let's see if we can add to that. This nice little flute melody here. So go into Hollywood Orchestral Woodwind, which can be a little bit on the iffy side. I kind of like the idea of a legato flute. Let's just mess around with some of these flute patches, see if we can find one that we like. So give it a minute to load up. Maybe a little on the loud side. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Music composition is all about noodling until you find what you like. Seriously. All right, so let's stick with this patch for now. that's just getting dumb very quickly. If we're going to have a flute in here, it has to be meaningful. I need a good motif for this. So let's just... That that's really sounding nasty all of a sudden. Let's find a different. Maybe. I don't know. How's that sound? Does that sound... I am not liking that. I don't know. I love the chords that we have. I mean, I think we have some really nice chords here. That does sound really nice. But what to put on top of them? You need... Let's just noodle around on the keyboard here. So we've got... I don't know. I need a good motif. That's what I really need. Yeah, let's actually play around with that flute. Okay, let's get another legato here. What about this? What about... let's get out of Hollywood. Let's jump down to symphonic, because I've always felt symphonic orchestra actually had the stronger woodwinds. Solo flute. Do we have? Okay, we don't. Kind of have a legato here. Wow, that's pretty terrible. Gonna have to go up on that. Nope, I'm going back up to Hollywood. Unless, maybe let us see what BBC has to offer. So we're going to go over into flutes. No, sir, I don't like it. Okay, yeah, let's go back to the Hollywood. So we'll go Hollywood flutes, or rather Hollywood orchestral woodwind, the flute. There's got to be a good... So that's made for runs. That's not going to be... What about expressive? It's so hard to navigate through East-West's interface here, the way that they name their patches. Oh, what about... I don't know. I just feel like there's got to be... Let's try this top one here. Let's see what that does. Nope. Nope. Definitely not. Let's go back to just... How about this? It's that accent. That accent's what's getting us there. Okay, so yeah, okay. All three of those have an accent. That's what's getting me there. Auto tempo legato, huh? Let's try that. See what that does. I've never messed with the legato settings and the legato patches very much, so I'm not sure entirely. Why is that still on the accent one? No, I wanted this one. You know, yeah, let's just go back to. Let's try this one. It's getting a little too high, I think. Let's play it with the piano here. I don't know if I like that. We're spending way too long just looking for a flute patch. No, I definitely need some vibrato in here. How about this? I definitely want to breathe with that, though. Okay, I like that. I like that. Let's track that really quickly. Okay. So that gives us a start there. We did have a couple of issues that we need to resolve. Let's go ahead and listen to this a few times here. Oh, except where is our first note? It didn't make it. Is it because it's... Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, that's... Whoa. There we are. Bring that piano down just a little bit. Okay. Hey, Kenna Candy, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. It's not GarageBand. This is actually Logic Pro. So think of it as the professional level of GarageBand. It looks similar to GarageBand because they want you to be able to be comfortable with it. And so they designed GarageBand and Logic to kind of feel the same, but Logic has a lot more power to it and a lot more that you can do. So I take it you work in GarageBand yourself. Also, I have no idea what I'm writing here. I just started. I pushed play and started playing, and yeah, this is what's coming out, and it's weird, and it's not something I ever thought I'd be writing, but here I am writing it because it's what's coming. Sometimes, okay. So what kind of music do you work on? I'm still not entirely sold on that flute, though. I just, there's something about this. It sounds unnatural. That's the problem with this flute, is it sounds very unnatural. Let's keep playing with that. There's got to be a better sample in here somewhere. I can't put it into one word, but okay. Wait for the rest of that. There's just something. I need a more pure flute. But oh well, hey, you know what? That's all right. It can sometimes be hard to put music into words. I get it. I totally get that. What about the sustain? You know, that sounds a lot better, a lot more of a pure sound. Let's hear what that sounds like. Doesn't sound good when we plug it in, though. That's really weird. You mostly make covers for video game music. That's really cool. I was actually doing that for a long time. I did a cover of a couple of Zelda covers. One for Wind Waker. No, not Wind Waker. The Ballad of the Windfish from Link's Awakening. And then I did one of the Song of Storms from Ocarina of Time. Also did one of Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII, but never got that uploaded to YouTube. But yeah, I did enjoy doing covers, but I kind of moved on from covers to actually starting to do more original work because I'm starting to build up a library of tracks to then bundle up and sell as game bundles for developers to be able to use. So I've got my first bundle that is about ready to upload to markets. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, exciting stuff. You know, for years I was scoring music for smaller indie games, and then lots of stuff happened in life. I was pulled away from that for a couple of years, and I'm just now trying to get back into that. And so this is actually part of that. Just me sitting here and writing music for no project in particular, but this piece here is interesting because I don't know if it has any place in a video game, but it's the music that came. So I'm like, let's just roll with it and see what happens. But yeah, so I already asked you what kind of music you write, but I guess what's your favorite style of music to work on? I'll ask that. And also, yeah, I gotta find a better flute for this because this flute is just not working. What about? Well, we originally did the sustain vibrato. There's just something about that I just don't like. A mix of intense calm. That's almost, those are almost opposites. Intense calm. Because you think of calm as the opposite of intense. But I guess that's not true because calm is just one level of intensity, a low level of intensity. A mix of intense and calm. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait a minute, Canna. Yes, you're over at the Rogues, aren't you? I know who you are now. Gosh. Yeah, I know exactly who you are, Canna. Okay, I'm sorry. It just took a while. Yeah, because you've shared some of your stuff with me. I really liked it. I really liked what I was hearing. You were doing it on the online music creator, right? Yes, I was right. Okay. Now I know exactly who you are. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for taking so long to remember you. It's just like I saw you pop up and I was like, do I recognize that name? I don't know if I recognize that name. And now I'm sitting there like, yes, dummy, you do recognize that name. But yes, I did love the stuff you were doing. So, have you been on GarageBand? I didn't know you were on a Mac. If I knew you were on a Mac, I would have been mentioning GarageBand earlier. I think that GarageBand is a great place to start for a free piece. For a free DAW, it is surprisingly powerful. You have been recently, okay. So yeah, GarageBand is surprisingly powerful for a free DAW. It has a lot that you can work with. And again, as I was saying, has an easy transition into Logic. Logic is $300, I believe, and it's a flat rate, yours for life. So I really prefer that over, say, something like Adobe, where they've got, I think it's what is Adobe's DAW? I can't place it, but or was it 200? Logic, it might be just 200. And yeah, as you're saying, this is just a hobby, and I totally get that. If it's just a hobby, hold on, Logic Pro price. Okay, I was wrong. Final Cut is 300. That's the video editor, and Logic is only 200. So honestly, $200 for a professional DAW is actually really, really decently priced. So if you want to get into this a little bit more seriously, definitely consider Logic. If you want to get in this a little bit more seriously in the future, but just want to stay a hobby right now, stick with GarageBand. And you're already teaching yourself how to use Logic in GarageBand so that in the future, if you do want to upgrade, you're actually in a very good spot. So yeah, if you can be on a Mac and stick with that, I would say stick with Logic. If not, if you're going to be primarily on a Windows PC, there are other options you can go with. Ableton Live, a lot of people use that. A lot of people using Reaper right now. In fact, there's a ton of people that are using Reaper, and Cubase is another popular one. A lot of people on that. Of course, Pro Tools is industry standard. If you're staying hobby, you're not going to go with Pro Tools. That's going to be too expensive. And I just am not a fan of Pro Tools anyway. But yeah, lots of options out there, whether you're on a Mac or a PC. But if you are going to be on a Mac for a little while, I would say GarageBand is a great place for you to start. Okay, back to the flute dilemma. And I'm not... Let's just stick with this flute for now. Oh, no. Don't worry about interrupting. Actually, this is my favorite part of streaming, is just chatting. Yeah, that's where it gets. See, and this is where it doesn't sound right. This patch really doesn't sound right. That gap made you shiver. Stop. Yeah, it's too high. I don't know. There's just a flute can sound good here, but this patch is not making it sound good. So let's find. Oh, geez, I don't know. Let's go back to this expressive. I feel like this is a much better. Or am I just getting too high? I might just be getting too high. I'm not sold on this. It's just East West does really not have a good woodwind section. Like that is their biggest weakness, is the woodwinds, particularly the solo woodwinds. And I just maybe I'll try one of these legatos patches again. But yeah, it's I'm really not liking it. I'm really not liking this. You know what? I don't know. The overlapping flutes are a little bit meh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit the save button. We're going to save this as meh flute. Let's do something else. I don't know. Like I started working on this, and I'm just kind of like, I'm not really feeling it right now. It was a fun little experiment, but glad you could be of inspiration. Let's try something new. Give me an instrument. Give me an instrument, and we'll start something new here. We'll play around. We'll experiment. We'll have a violin. Okay, that can get interesting. So let us. Oh wait, no, we didn't want BBC. Let us. Or some kind of string instrument. Okay. So are you thinking violin as a solo violin, or some string sections? When it comes to violin, Gypsy actually has a really good violin. Let's see what we can do with this. Gypsy's actually a really neat collection. Kind of like an ensemble is what you were thinking. Okay, so you were thinking ensemble. A little on the loud side, but hey, you know what? That's all right. we're not going to be doing that anyway. We are going to Hollywood Strings. And let's do something fast. Let's go, actually, let's pull up full strings. Let's see if we can have some fun with some full strings. Let's experiment here. We need something a little bit more fast and upbeat after what happened, after the disaster of that flute piano combo. All right, let's do it. Okay. Just got to let it load up here. Because my samples are all stored on a mechanical hard drive, they are very slow to load. If I had a solid state drive, it would be better. Where do I want to go? I kind of like that, yeah. A simple little start there. Or, so we can do that. That's an A minor, or we can switch it up, go with D. I actually really like the key of D minor. I'm going to stick with A. I'm going to stick. What was that? Hey, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the crew. Yeah, I'm going to stick with A. Okay, so this is just full strings. Strongs. There we go, okay. Okay. Let's get us a tempo here. I think 120 should do it. So let's try that. Of course, when I start recording, I mess up. Make sure that's right on the beat. That messed up my tempo just a little bit. Oh, and I got to get... let's get our keyboard back up there so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so... There we go. Okay, there we go. Let us add a reverb to this. Really get that going here. So set you to 0. Send that to an aux track, which we will now name reverb. Let's get our reverb going in here. We'll just keep it on its... I don't know. I'm not too fond of that reverb. Let's change that up. So, interesting thing about this reverb is it's actually based upon different concert halls. And I always like using Abravanel Hall just because that is a hall I've actually been to, and I've attended a couple of concerts there. So it's always fun to do that. In fact, I was sitting right here close to the front for a Video Games Live concert. I actually just liked that idea because you like reverb. Reverbs are cool, but they can be overused. Much better reverb there. Okay, that's very nice. Let's go to view secondary ruler so I know exactly how long we're going. Okay. And let's add, so we've got those full strings there. Let's add some basses. And we'll go a little bit down below where the cellos are. Normally, I would say let's expand this out and actually get the pieces in, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. They've got us. They've got our full strings there. Let's just leave them. It sounds good. Okay, so we get our basses. Make sure we know that is short there. Okay, so our bass is going to be. So it starts off with. Don't want to be too loud there. Maybe we'll do that. Is there a way that I can actually say to have... Okay, yeah, I can actually bring that out to -1. That's what I want to do right there. Okay. where it's supposed to be? By the way, I'm not keeping it here because that just doesn't sound right. Ah, go away. Go back. Oh, also, I just now realized part of the... let's get you back up on screen where you should be. Right about... Come on. Go down. Go down. Right about... Ah! It's not going to go down anymore. There we go. That's perfect right there. Get you right where you need to be. So yeah, I'm unsure if I like this. I don't. You know what I want? I want you to be short. Let's try that. I actually like the pulsing quarter notes there. So now I know from watching this that it's normal to create an original song by dropping some notes here and there and building off it. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's how it depends how I do songs. It changes every now and then. Sometimes it comes from like this, where I start off with a pattern like this. This started with this pattern here. And that's how I've been starting this. Sometimes it'll start with a motif or a melody, and then I'll build it from there. So it changes. I get a lot of my song ideas just in the shower, believe it or not. Okay, so yeah, for this, we're going to go... So I like that pulsing right there. Let's actually bring... Yeah, we'll bring that reverb up on the basses just a little bit. Foxy, how you doing? Yeah, you missed the train wreck that was the flute and piano piece from earlier, Foxy. It was a train wreck. It was awful. we put it out of its misery and started over with something new. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Okay. That needs to be quantized. Sing us a song tonight. Could be better. I'm not trying. I never try to sing on stream. I can sing. I can definitely sing. I just never sing well on stream. I'll put it that way. I'm too busy having fun. Okay. So this is quarter notes. How's Foxy today? Piano Man's a great song. We're on the mood for a melody. All right, let's get a melody. I'm just going to belt this out. Oh, man. That's a great song. You're currently waiting for a test. Oh. If it's the kind of test I'm thinking about, I'm going to be taking one of those this weekend. The pre-Thanksgiving COVID test. Oh, joy and goody. Okay. Let's see here. Let's add... Actually, no. That's a terrible idea to do that one. Let's base it off of the full strings here. Let's add violin here. Do I want that? Or, actually, I'm changing my mind there. I think I kind of want to just add the... I'm just going to do that. That actually makes a lot more sense. So we're going to keep this simple. And we're just going to add... Let's see. Do I have... Yes. So we're going to add... So we're just going to add the double bass in underneath here. And that will fill out our bass quite nicely. Got to get it in with the cello there. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, there we go. 2 hours of waiting, and now who knows for the results. Doesn't help that I actually don't feel well, but I don't know if it's a cold, flu, stomach virus, or the one that is on the rise right now. Yes. You want to make the Avengers theme? It's a good theme. Bum, 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 dum. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, so that's maybe a little bit... Let's take all these and let's bring the intensity down just a bit. I like that. Oops, wrong button. So let's actually take you, we'll bring you out there. We can get rid of this. And the Temptations, I'm having to do that right now. Hey, if covering pieces like that, it actually helps you to learn what other composers have done and then incorporate that into your own skill set. So it's not a bad thing to do. So now, let's get some violins here. I've got an idea of what I'd like to do with this. Oh, I see. I see what's going on here. Okay, so this needs to go away, this needs to go away, this needs to go away. For release? No, we're definitely not doing for release. Let's see how that sounds. So we'll add the harmony after we record the first time. I want to kind of come in a little bit more gradually with that. Okay, so now let us consider. Okay, I think I got an idea of how I need to do that. I messed that up. Let's try that again. Let's see. How does that sound? Okay, the second violin's actually getting in the way of the melody, so let's make it simple. Oops, oops, undo, redo. Or redo. Undo the undo is called a redo. Yeah, there we go. I meant to hit that button. Okay. Okay, simple here. Okay, and we shall get a second violin here. Because basically your viola and cello are down here on the full strings. But I think we can do something cool with some seconds here. Let's try it. I don't know. Let's do it anyway. Okay, and if we think, let's actually bring both of those up and figure out how we want to fill that out. So A, E. Do I want to do that? Actually, it's not bad. And then we shall split them here again. You've got F. It's an A. F. And an A. That's a bit of a problem there. We do not want... We don't want two A's there, and we've got no C. So we actually really... Yeah, there's a big problem there. Really need to be up at a C, but... And then we'll bring you up to a C. How's that sound? So how do I like that? I don't. Let's just get rid of... Okay, so yeah, here we got C and an F and an A. Another F would be really great here, but... Well, what do we got down here as well? I should probably also take into account what's going on down here. Yeah, bringing it down a little bit more would be helpful. Okay, Candy, we'll see you later. Thanks for popping in. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so... And let's bring you over to here. And then again. Oh, we went up. That's right. Okay, yeah. And what do we do over there? Wait. Ooh. What happened there? F. Let's take that A away. Okay, yeah, that A definitely needed to go. That's what we had done there, and then... Okay. I like where this is going. So that could... Yeah, we could do something with that. Listen to that again. Yeah, there could be an application for that. So, hit save the stringy one. We'll just call it that. And I'm actually going to end it right there. I'm going to end it a little bit early because I do have a few things to take care of tonight before I fix dinner. I don't. We definitely did some more odd, weird pieces today. I started 2 pieces. I don't know if we'll ever come back to them. Today was less about doing something good and just more about sitting down and actually doing something, just sitting in front of the keyboard, also trying out the new setup. And yeah, I don't know. I had some fun today. We may not have done anything that will be lasting. Again, I may not even work on these again, but I was just excited to sit down and to play around with a few things. Next week, we won't be having a music stream next week because it will be Thanksgiving week. I will be busy. I'll be doing some traveling next week, so that's why I'm getting the big test on Saturday. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming out. This was a lot of fun. I'll be more prepared for a music stream when we come back on December. I believe it will be December, 2nd? Let me take a look at a calendar here. Yes, I was right. December 2nd. So we'll get another music stream going December 2nd, and we'll get something fun going. I don't know what we'll do, but we will do something that can be put in a video game. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming out tomorrow night. Be right back here because we are going to be hopping back into Mario Odyssey and trying to finish out the Dark Side of the the Dark Side of the Moon. That'll be tomorrow. Until then, you guys take care and have a great day.